Oh shit, oh shit. Yeah, it's this one here, bro. Yeah, wow. That's long, innit? Shit, nice one. I was dying already. Right, we just came out of theatre, finished Ant-Man and the Wasp, QUANTUMANIA.
Right, it's actually kind of decent.
What we saying out of 10?
It was like 4.
I think it was about 7? 7.5. I'll give it 7.5.
I'll give it a 6.5.
I think what's it called? Kang was badass in it. General thoughts. MODOK was shit. What the f? Look at that. You know.
Oh, MODOK was.
It
was just funny when he got revealed. I thought it was funny. Innit?
Yeah, and then what else happened? I thought Ant-Man was gonna die, but he didn't die. Surprisingly. And then definitely go see the film now, because the post-credit scenes.
Yeah. Well, I was actually lit.
Mate, I can't lie. The fighting was actually sick as well. Like, there's a fat ass war. I didn't expect that. Bro, the trailer's actually.
Oh, bro, 10 out of 10 film. Go and watch it.
What's up, guys? I'm going to back on another video, and today, guys, we're going to be giving a movie review on Ant-Man and the Wasp: QUANTUMANIA. Now, I just got out of the theatre yesterday. I went to go see it Saturday, the 18th of February. So legit, the first opening weekend. Well, the theatre was half full, so it was pretty decent. It was pretty good for the most part, I'd say. My overall thoughts is kind of like all over the place, really. I thought a lot of different things during the film. But let's just go through like throughout each segment, and then I'll go over all at the end. It started off pretty chill. You know, I was actually quite interested to see like the chilling parts, because I already knew Louise wasn't supposed to be in it. You know, she's kind of annoying because he was the best part about Ant-Man 1 and 2. Louise, he's the funniest character, man. So it's kind of gutted that he wasn't in this one, because legit he has all the comedy aspects that you would see in an Ant-Man film. And this film wasn't really funny, man. Like the jokes didn't land, and like all the humor was kind of dead. Like the other bit funny was MODOK. Well, I'll get to MODOK after. He was probably the most funniest thing. Ant-Man's making a book now, isn't he? So he's got a book, and he's actually got fans, like people with Ant-Man backpacks. You know what? Ant-Man's life looks alright, but then we get to his daughter, Cassie. Cassie in this film's alright, you know. I didn't have too much of a problem. She's like alright. I feel like they were gonna go a completely different way with this story. Like the trailers look mad, you know. Like I feel like that I had no idea what was gonna happen. Like during the whole entire film, I didn't know what was going where. So yeah, I was completely surprised for the most part. So yeah, with Cassie, so she's like, what, she was in jail, and then obviously she's been doing messing around and stuff in school, I don't know, but and then we find out, you know, Hank and Wasp and Cassie, they've like done kind of teaming. They've given her a suit and trying to train her, and man like Ant-Man doesn't know anything about that, so he's kind of annoyed. So he's like, yo, I'm supposed to be the dad and I don't even know my own daughter type thing. But you know, when he goes to Kang and all that he'll be like, oh, let's do some proposal or something, like, yo, can I get my time back with the daughter? As we saw in the trailer, but the deal stuff, that was never a part of the thing. So I always thought that was going to happen, but that never happened. Yeah, Ant-Man's just kind of like annoyed at his daughter a lot, but then the relationship's there, like, alright, because they're still like, obviously you get the time portal thing that goes in, and then you go zoop into the quantum realm, and then obviously you see in the scene before that, Janet's like, damn, you don't want to go in the quantum realm, and she's kind of mad that they made this like signal thing, and she never knew about it. When she pulled the plug, everything went wrong. Like Lucas was like, oh, if Janet told the others like what she did in the quantum realm, then they could have probably like prevented the whole thing. But yeah, but it's all good. But you have to get the story going in it. But it kind of makes sense why Janet would never tell him, because like what she did down there with Kang and everything, she's like, yeah, forget that. She feels responsible when really, man, it's Kang, innit? He's about to do his business. So again, to this random ass world, Ant-Man comes down, sees his fine son, starts hitting it or something, defeats that thing. I've got to say though, I really like the transformations. Like when Ant-Man grows big and small and shit, I think it looks the best in this film than it ever did in like the other two Ant-Man films. Like honestly, in this one, when he goes like shrinks, makes him big, it looks so much better. It just looks Ant-Man in this film. I thought it looked pretty good. Then we get introduced to this yellow dude, which is pretty sick. He was badass when he was fighting, you know. It was a bullshit when they killed him off though. It was like, the other guy Kang kills is that guy, but he could have killed someone else, but yeah, he's all good. But yeah, he was pretty cool though. I quite liked his character. He was just like a heat beam god thing. Yeah, they get captured, really. Ant-Man has to drink that weird Donny with holes, that's when they have to drink the red fluid thing so they can understand the language. I thought that was pretty decent, because I was like, there's no way these old guys speak English. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty sick. They have to drink this thing, and then they can understand what they're saying. Now that was pretty clever as well. But yeah, that guy was weird. Even to be fair, he was actually like, I remember when he came into the finale and he had holes and shit, and then he's eating everyone. Now that was actually hilarious. That was hilarious. And Ant-Man's counting how many holes he has. I was like, oh yeah, 7. And he's what the hell, man? That mind that you got a little reference to Professor X in that, because you got telepathy guy reads minds. I thought that was pretty funny, that scene when he's reading Ant-Man's mind, but it could have been a lot more funnier. It wasn't like that funny, but I feel like they could have done more jokes with that type thing. Yeah, the humor was kind of dry for the most part. But the whole guy, he was so annoying. I really hated him. He was only funny at the final battle. That was it. That's the other bit where I found him really funny. The way he walked as well. Like, mate, Lucas was dying over that when he saw that. Then we get to Wasp and Hank. They're trying to find Ant-Man, innit? They don't really get anywhere. They come in this yellow world. And then they meet Bill Murray. Bill Murray, he's a sick character. You know what? He's just funny. I quite enjoyed his presence on screen. He didn't really do much. He only had about like 5 minutes screen time. And then they found out that he betrayed him. So it's like they're trying to get the Kang people in to take him down, and that didn't really go anywhere, because there's a little fight scene there. It's okay, it's not that good of a fight scene, to be honest. They just blast each other and whatnot. Then they like enhance that little jellyfish thing they ate, and then that thing kind of like grabs them and shit, so they get away, which is alright. The thing is, yeah, I felt like this movie, with the first hour or something, was so slow. I was sat there, I was like, yo, when's Kang coming? When's Kang coming? Because they kept saying his name, like the Conqueror and all this, and I was like, bro, where is this guy at, man? It's like, I thought he would have came in a lot earlier. Obviously, we saw him like right at the start, but like, that don't count in it. We get MODOK, right? When we first seen him, I was like, oh, that's fair sick. When I first saw him, you know, when because he had the razor blade like he does in the comics and the cartoons and shit. And I was like, oh shit, he's actually got the razor blade. It was a really cool entrance that he had. And then, bro, they completely messed it up, bro. Why is his face like... He just looks so clapped. Like, his face, like, his most funniest thing. Every time MODOK showed up on screen, I was dying, bro. It's just so funny to laugh at, man. I just thought, because he just looks so shit. Like, the thing is, I like that they'd made it like exactly like how he looks in the cartoons. Like, and shit, he had the comic accurate look, and had the little hands and the fat ass head. And you know what though? The fact that it was Yellow Jacket in the first film was a mad callback, and I really like that callback. I was like, oh shit, that makes sense. I know that. Darren Cross, I really like that aspect though. I think that worked well for the film. And who cares if it wasn't the proper MODOK? It's still MODOK, innit? I hate MODOK anyway, so the fact that it was Yellow Jacket kind of make his character slightly better, but he was just funny in general. It was honestly funny. The way like Kang just chucked him around, I was like, yeah, do this, do that. Right, so then we get to Kang, right? And then, Ant-Man meets Kang, right? And then it's like mad. It's like this guy pops out and always like, Ant-Man, you're an Avenger, right? Have I killed you for what he killed? He says he killed Thor, and I'm there thinking, yo, Kang is about that shit. And that first scene, like when he's freaking trying to crush Cassie, and like when he's chucking Ant-Man around, like trying to get the deal sorted, I was like, god damn, he's brutal, man. So it's like, that's fear and intimidation right there. So I was like, yo, let's go. Kang is, finally, we're getting some badass shit going on. And then, so it gets to the deal part, Ant-Man, the whole scene with Ant-Man and he's like... so many other Ant-Mans, like there's billions of Ant-Mans going on, because like the personality type thing, I can't remember what was going on, but that was pretty sick. I actually, like, that was the one funny Ant-Man, just the random pink one just coming out of nowhere, like, yo, what's going on? I don't even know about it. Yo, he was actually fucking G. He was a G in that whole scene. That was pretty funny. So then we get to Wasp. She comes flying in to save Ant-Man, and then they get the circle orb thing that's supposed to like take them back to the real world. So they have that, and then Ant-Man sees Kang, and then Kang's like, yo, give it to me. Ant-Man's like, yo, we had a deal with Cassie, and Ant-Man doesn't care. He's like, yo, just give it me. And then it's really funny when they both, I don't know why Ant-Man and the Wasp both went to attack him as Tidy. Kang just goes, and then they're on the floor knocked out. Bruh! Then at that point, Kang captures Janet, and then, you know, Janet's like back as a prisoner. Kang is now like chilling, and he's like, yo, let's get the shit ready. And then obviously we see in the trailers a whole blue type thing. I was waiting for that thing for ages. I thought that was going to be way earlier on. But I was like, when I was watching the film, I was like, yo, this film's long as hell. It actually felt really long, but it's the same runtime as like Doctor Strange and Thor: Love and Thunder. And I'm thinking like, yo, this film feels so much longer than both of them. So then it's like getting to that bit where Kang's trying to reload the ship and get the shit ready. We get Cassie like getting away in prison. She just beats up the guards, goes massive and then goes tiny. And you know what I liked about Cassie, right? They kind of showed her not like good. Like she kind of like shit, if you know what I mean, like in a good way. Like she's using her powers and she can't get the punching right. She can't get the kicks right and the timing or when to hit him, because when she hits him while she's small and it does jack shit damage. and then she has to turn big again, punch him, and shit. So I like that she's like not already a professional. Like Ant-Man was sick at it from the beginning to end, you know what I mean? And it's good that she's like kind of rubbish at it. And then her going massive, when I saw her go massive, I didn't think she would be the same size as Ant-Man. Because yo, when Ant-Man came in, my man was gigantic. That scene was actually pretty badass. How big he was when he came in, when he saw Kang again. He's like, Kang, we had a deal. Yeah, that was actually pretty sick. And then came in destroying all the buildings and shit. And then Cassie got big, and then when they reunited, I was like, yo, that's pretty sick. And then obviously we get Cassie fighting, freeing one of the fighters in it, and then she sends that signal message to all the like buildings and all the other people. So yeah, there's a whole massive war that goes on. I'm like, I did not expect any of that to happen. Like I didn't expect like the whole people to come out back at the end. The massive gigantic war going on, and then Kang has to step out try and like. Bro, Kang is so badass, man. He was like destroying them, right? And then out of nowhere, man, Hank Pym pulls through and like, yo, let's call the ants. Then a massive stampede of ants just come out of nowhere. And that was kind of annoying because then Kang's got his fat ass force field out here. And how powerful Kang is, yeah. He's supposed to be God tier, right? And then my man just gets trampled on a bunch of ants. I'm like, what? Come on, man. Come on. It's like, there was a lot. And yeah, the supernatural ants and whatnot, but come on, it's ants, lad. He could have like done something. He could have done like I was thinking in my head, yo, can Kang fly? And he can't, can he? I don't know. I feel like Kang could have done something to get out of that situation. No, it's because of MODOK's stupid ass came over, betrayed him, and like trying to like defeat him or whatever, and blew up. Yo, I'm glad. Yo, when MODOK died, I was like, bruh, it was the most pointless death scene ever because. All three of them looked at him like, bro, no one really cares if you die, man. Then we had that Cassie versus MODOK scene, which I pretty liked that when he's swinging around. I was like, yo, that was pretty sick. I pretty enjoyed that scene. But yeah, when MODOK died, Wasp was like, bro. And then, because he's like, Darren's like, wait, Hope, you cut your hair. And he's like, oh, shit, I did, yeah. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, so no one cared, like, of MODOK dying. Like, no one gave a shit. So I'm glad he's dead, to be fair. I did not want to see his stupid ass face again. Basically, it goes on, and then so you got that fat war going on. My man, yellow dude dies. I thought Kang would have killed out of all five of the characters. Kang didn't even kill one of the main five. You had Ant-Man, Janet, Hank Pym, Wasp, and Cassie. All those five, I thought at least one was gonna die, right? Cassie didn't die. Obviously, she's not gonna die, and it's legit her first film, innit? But those four: Wasp, Ant-Man, Hank Pym, and Janet. Any of those four could have died, like, and none of them did. They all survived. Are you that dumb? Like, bro, it would have made the movie miles better if one of them died. I can't lie to you, but I feel like they're gonna set up something so they need all the characters. But let me get to the final fight now. Kang versus Ant-Man. That shit was badass, bro. I love that fight. The way he was scrapping him. It was a bit stupid at one point though. Like Kang's like getting the better of him, uppercutting, boom. Ant-Man's freaking face bleeding, stomping him. Yo, those stomps are proper brutal as well. God damn. And then Kang's just there talking, yeah, and he's waiting for him to get up. And then I don't know why he lets Ant-Man get a sneaky punch in. Like, come on, you would have seen that punch from a mile away. I was like, bruh, you could have blocked that shit. Bam, counter. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that was stupid. Ant-Man shouldn't have got those punches in, but he did. But anyways, Kang basically won that fight between the 1v1. Like, at that scene there, because, all four of the other characters went through the portal. I was like, yeah. Ant-Man's dying, and then Kang's walking through or some shit. Because it's legit a 1v1 there, and then Ant-Man's like, yo, I just have to lose, I don't have to win. Bro, Ant-Man should have died. If he was going to die, it would have been sick. But then we get Wasp coming back through to save him. Then at that point, I was like, yo, Wasp and Ant-Man are going to die. They're both going to die. And then they do some mad shit, and then they put Kang in that freaking reality shit. I don't even know. He gets stuck in there, and he loses. Like, what is this bullshit about? I got pissed off at that point. Because I was like, what? How has he lost? How is he lost? He's supposed to win. He's supposed to be like the next massive threat, right? Kang, the big bad, the big Thanos like Donnie, right? And he lost to Ant-Man. To Ant-Man? Are you mad? That was shit. I do like the bit, when Ant-Man gets massive and then he just like grabs Kang and just chucks him straight out the friggin' wall and like pounds him. I was like, yo, that's kind of badass when he's like massive. But like when it was a 1v1 and the normal size, bro, I'm saying, what the hell? How did Kang not kick his ass or kill him? Like, you've killed bloody Thor and you've killed Avengers, but you can't kill Ant-Man. What? Are you that? Man, I feel like they messed up somewhere near the end, man. They could have killed Hank Pym or Janet. One of them. Like, someone should have died. Like, I don't think you need Hank Pym anymore, and you don't need Janet. Maybe you do need Janet for something in the next Avengers, but Hank Pym, I feel like you don't need him. And Ant-Man, you don't need because you got Cassie now. So, like, why not kill him? You know what I mean? I like Ant-Man. I'm not saying he's a bad character, but I'm just saying to make the movie a bit better, he could have killed him off. Which is kind of disappointing that they didn't die. But then again, now I'm thinking, if they didn't die, right, there's got to be a massive reason to why they need them for the next Avengers film, obviously Secret Wars and Kang's Dynasty and whatnot. To be fair, at the start of Phase 5, it was kind of all over the place. I don't know how to feel about this film overall. I did enjoy it, but the first hour was really slow, I can't lie. The first hour was kind of dragging. And then, because I'm just waiting for Kang. As soon as Kang pops up, he's badass. But then they ruined Kang straight at the end. Like, the whole part, Kang was like, when he was winning and he's beating everyone, he's like, you could just tell he's like, damn, like, this guy's powerful. When I was there, when you see him like killing everyone, I was like, yo, how in the hell are they gonna beat Kang? I was like, yo, he's so overpowered. And I was like, yo, I love it. I love that he's so powerful. And then mate, you get to the final fight and they're beating him up so easily. I'm like, bruh. Yeah, that kind of pissed me off. Because now it's like, okay, yeah, Kang is going to be the big bad of Kang's Dynasty, right? He's got a whole Avengers movie. Obviously, the post-credit scene is alright. I'll get to that in a minute. But, like, if you got that Kang, right, like, he's already lost. So it's like, no one cares now. It's like, the man lost to Ant-Man, one of the shit's easiest superheroes. Like, and he lost to Ant-Man. So it's like, bro, that just makes next Avengers film more dead. Because it's like, oh, Kang's not even won. He didn't even kill Ant-Man, so I mean, anyone could just bring in Ant-Man and he could just beat Ant-Man versus Kang again and he'll win. You know what I mean? So it just kind of ruins that whole thing, really. They should have let Kang win this film. Kang should have won, and I don't understand the ending at all. Like, how does that even? How did they make the portal again? Like, the portal shut down. I was like, yo, that's kind of mad. So Ant-Man and Wasp are stuck in the quantum realm. No, the portal opens behind him. I'm like, what is this bullshit? Then it goes back to Happy Days and Ant-Man strolling down the street like nothing happened. So now I was thinking in my head, right, why is he strolling down the street like nothing happened? Maybe he jumped into another reality or something, you know, because the whole, when he's talking about the multiverse, when Kang was talking about the multiverse shit with all the lines crossing, you know, like he did in Loki, I love that scene. That scene was badass. It kind of like, it was like just put in there to like set up the multiverse saga and that. So Ant-Man's Happy Days, he's still alive, you know. He's like, oh yeah, you read my book. Hank's like, yeah, every single word. He eats some tea with Jimmy. Jimmy Woo's back. A little cameo from Jimmy. Yeah, it kind of ends with them just eating and they're done. That was the end of Ant-Man, really, I know it. And then post-credit scene. The last one I think was better than the first one, but the first one, right, we get to see Kangs. We get to see three, like, main Don Kang. They're all weird as well, man. One's like Egyptian, one's like a futuristic one, one's like a cowboy one or something. I can't remember. And they're all talking like, yo, how did the main Kang die? The one who got banished. Also, who the hell banished Kang? Now, that's another thing. I was joking to Luke, like, yo, it could be Mephisto, but obviously not Mephisto. But who the hell banish Kang? Now that's something I want to know. Who is on that power level where they've banished Kang to the quantum realm? Like, that shit is mad. I actually really want to know, because we never knew who did it. They're like, yo, the banished one. Yeah, but so who? He wants to get a revenge on the banished people. Was it Galactus or some shit? Imagine, bro, you ain't getting nothing from him. Probably wasn't though. Maybe they're tying it in the Avengers or some shit. But when you see all those Kangs, they're all like collapsed. Like, there's a lot of Kangs. There's a lot of Kangs popping about there, but they're not all like the same powerful Kang. They're not, because the Kang that we got in Ant-Man is the comic accurate Kang. Basically, though, how he looks and everything is spot on. He looks amazing in that. You know, when we get to them, we get to see loads of different ones. We don't really get to see like the proper, you know, Kangs popping around. Kind of thinking now with Kang's Dynasty, they're just gonna have a multiple of Kangs all looking different with different powers or something. I don't know. With him losing and everything, it just kind of ruined it really. But then the post-credit scene with Loki, that's kind of got me excited, because Loki was sick and we get to see Kang in it. I was like, yo, when Loki pops up, which is cool. Overall, I'll rank the characters right. Ant-Man, throughout the whole film, he wasn't that funny. He was more serious and he had jokes here and there. It was alright. He was just average. You know, he was alright. I say overall, it's like Ant-Man did 6 out of 10 as a character. Kang, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. 9, maybe 9, because he was probably the best parts about the film. Just the ending pissed me off. I just wish he was intimidating, you know, like, yo, you're actually scary. Like, when Thanos pops up and he beats up Hulk, right, he knocks a shell of him and you're like, damn, like, yo, how the hell are they going to beat him? Like, he just beat up Hulk so easily. Then you know it's a massive threat, you know what I mean? And he wins. Thanos wins, but Kang just doesn't win. Janet, she was alright. Cassie kind of annoyed me here and there, but overall, she wasn't bad, you know what I mean? Like, she was okay. I think I like Kate Bishop more than Cassie, but I don't hate her. I definitely like Cassie more than Captain Marvel and like Miss Marvel and whatever other Marvel crap he's going on. Monica Rambeau and all that. So Wasp, in this movie, she's kind of irrelevant, to be honest. She's just there doing her thing. I don't really care about Ross in this film that much. I liked her a lot more in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but in this one she's kind of just there. Hank Pym, you gotta love Hank Pym. He's amazing. He's pretty sick. I thought he was gonna die, but he didn't. He's enjoyable. The action was all right. It was all right, you know. Action scenes were pretty cool here and there. Some of them were dead, but it was enjoyable. But like the first hour was just like, I feel like the story, right? There's nothing happening. Literally, there's nothing happening. It's like they talk about Kang and all this. They're just talking about him. Stuff is happening that you're kind of sitting there like, okay, when is he coming in? Okay, and then now they found this flip thing, and you're just kind of waiting for time, innit? And then finally, when it gets interesting, there's not like a proper storyline going on. That's what I felt like. They're just in the quantum realm doing shit. Not really much going on. That's why I feel like it didn't really get interesting. But like the fight scenes were sick. I think as soon as Kang is in it, then it gets good. As soon as Kang shows up, then the story kind of like finds itself or something with the whole deal situation. But that whole segment lasted about 15-20 minutes anyway. Did I like this more than Thor Love and Thunder? Thor Love and Thunder, I felt that movie went so quick. That felt like around 20 minutes somehow. Doctor Strange felt, you know, pretty quick as well, like an hour 40. This film honestly felt like 2 hours and a half. I don't know why. It just felt really long. And they're all the same length somehow. But yeah, I'd probably say they're around the same. I feel like with this one, I wanted to give it a 6. I feel like it's kind of a 6, but like, because I know Ant-Man and the Wasp was like I didn't like that film that much. First off, the first Ant-Man is way better than both of these films. Second one, I didn't like that much, but when I watched it again last week, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than the first time I watched it. Now this one, I did enjoy it as well, but I didn't. It's like it had so much more expectations, you know what I mean? But didn't like fully fulfill it. The main reason being the Kang bit at the end. I feel like if one of them died and Kang won, then this film would be so much higher. With how it played out, it kind of pissed me off. Comparing it with Ant-Man and the Wasp and Quantumania, although Ant-Man and the Wasp are pretty short, but it does a good... It's short, but it's like it gets to the point with the story and everything, so actually inciting. Quantumania is kind of all over the place. And it's not really that funny. So it's really hard. It's really hard. I said it coming out to cinema 7.5 out of 10. I definitely enjoyed Morbius and Venom and all that way more than this. I think probably like a 6.8, maybe 6.8, 7 out of 10. I'm kind of feeling with this film. That's what I'm feeling with this one. It had high expectations, but you know, I'll definitely go see it though. It's definitely one of the ones you need to see for that Phase 5 and shit. But yeah, this is the end of this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So a bit peace.